Hello and welcome to the Lesbian Lounge, a podcast for the girls who like girls. I'm your host and your resident lesbian big sister, Juliet Taylor, and I'm here to answer your guys' questions, give advice on your dilemmas, and of course, chat about your wildest lesbian dating stories. So grab a drink, get comfy, and welcome into the Lesbian Lounge. Welcome back to the Lesbian Lounge HQ, everybody. Do we notice anything a little bit different? If you're a visual watcher, you might notice I have some new fabulous prints behind me. We have Eat Your Fruit and Veg and Femme de la Femme. I'm sorry, Eat Your Fruit and Veg. Are you joking? Fruit and veg. But vag, because we're lesbians. Like, I'm obsessed. It's iconic. These prints have been very kindly gifted to us from Croissant Culture, so make sure you go and check them out. I actually have another one saved to put in my house, and it says, "Chef was cute, would eat here again." But imagine here, obviously it's spelled H-E-R-E. They've crossed out the second E, so it basically says, "Chef was cute, would eat here again." And I thought, like, that has to go up in the house somewhere. It wouldn't look cute in here, but I'm saving that one. I'm being, selfish, right? You guys can have these two. I'm having one for the house because it's adorable. I'm obsessed. But yeah, we have Eat Your Fruit and Veg and Femme de la Femme. So check out Croissant Culture for all your gay, girly prints. How are we all doing? I'm good. Thank you for asking. Genuinely, like, life is going good at the moment. If you have been keeping up to date with the floor, you will have noticed your girl is gone. I've been beaten, I'm out, but honestly, I just had the best experience literally ever. Like, it sounds so dramatic to be like, it was like the best time of my life, I met the most incredible people, but like genuinely, I did. I had so much fun. Like, we went to Amsterdam, for God's sake. Like, I literally got to go and explore Amsterdam. I got to try like the viral like Parmesan fries. I got to go to Amsterdam Lookout and like swing from the top of a rooftop in Amsterdam. Like, just crazy things that if I didn't have the experience of the floor, I wouldn't have got to experience. I met some of the most amazing people literally ever. I know it sounds cringy, but like, they're just such nice people. We all are still in contact. I've been helping out one of the guys. So there's a man on the show who's a school teacher. He had the category of children's books. If you've been watching, you'll remember Luke. And he needed some of us to send little videos over as for his class. They're doing like a sort of careers week at school where they're learning about different careers. So yesterday, Lucy and I filmed a little video for them, me talking about the podcast, social media, and Lucy talking about owning your own business at 24. Obviously, she owns her own bar, The Raven. So I thought it's really nice for the kids to sort of see not a traditional route into work. You know, a lot of people, you get sort of told, you know, you find an employer, you get employed by them, and you work for their business. Whereas we're both very different. You know, Lucy has, I mean, I guess this is a business, right? It's just not like a physical place. It's like a online thing. So Lucy has like the physical bar you can go to, which she owns, she runs, it's hers, and I have the podcast and social media and things like that. So it was nice to be able to give them a little bit of an insight, because I sort of said to them, I was like, you know, I feel like everyone in this day and age wants to be an influencer, but you have to understand that like there's so much that comes with it, right? There's the editing, there's the thinking of ideas, there's the dealing with hate, there's the sort of constant self-doubt, like, oh my God, I thought this video was going to go like viral and it's got 200 views, like, shit. Do you know what I mean? So it was nice to sort of give them a little bit of an insight into that world and into the world of podcasting, because genuinely it's my dream job. It's my favorite job. I love it so much. And I'm so grateful. I say it all the time, but I'm just so grateful that I get to share this experience with you guys, and you guys get to be the listeners. But yeah, the floor, honestly, best experience ever. Just to put it into a bit of perspective for you guys, we filmed over a week. So some episodes we filmed a couple in a day. So episode 4, I won $5,000. We won my category of footballers. Once you win or get eliminated, you go and do a little interview, like your sort of final chat, or like, oh my God, I can't believe I've just won. So I went to do my, oh my God, I can't believe I've just won chat. I go upstairs and it's vegetable soup for lunch. It was shit. I do normally like vegetable soup. This vegetable soup was not the one. No offense to the people who made it. And they're like, right guys, we're going to be filming again at about 2:00. This must have been like 1:30. So I was like, fuck, I've literally just inherited the category of world politics. How on earth am I going to quickly revise every single world politician's name from around the world from 200 BC, right? Like, I was stressed. So I was like, you know what? If I know them, I know them. If I don't know them, I don't know them. So I was on FaceTime to Lucy being like, oh my God, babe, I've just won $5,000. Like, can you believe it? Then I was like, oh shit, I've got to go. We're going back to film. So I'd already been speaking to my friends, like everyone sort of knew world politics is around us. And I'd made it very clear that I didn't have a clue about world politics, right? Like, it's just not something that interests me. Do you know what I mean? I understand that we all need to like be a little bit political and not be voting for like the wrong parties, but like I don't think too deeply into it. Like I don't know the names of every single politician that's ever lived, right? So I sort of told my friends like, I don't know anything. And one of my closest friends, Mackenzie, was now like within battling distance of me on the floor because of how my squares, because I'd gained so many squares, had now reached up to Mackenzie. And I was like, honestly, like just battle me on it. Like you can win, you can beat me. And then hopefully you'll still have the most for at the end of the next episode and you'll win the money. And funnily enough, literally, we get on set. Okay, the guy who it was on, he decides to go back to the floor. So it's let's light up the floor. Who does it land on? Mackenzie. Like, you couldn't make this shit up. But by this point, I was tired, right? We'd been filming maybe like 3-4 days. At this point, getting up at 7 a.m, filming till really late, not getting to sleep till really late, doing it all again the next day. I went out there not expecting to win a penny, won £5,000. I was like more than happy with what I'd accomplished. I was tired and I was ready to go. And I would have rather been taken out by a friend than someone that I hadn't really spoke to. So literally it lands on Kenzie straight away. I thought, you could not make this up. So I wish it cut to my face because I just burst out into laughter because I know exactly what's coming. And I think everyone on the floor does too, even though Kenzie has to be like, oh, you know, I could probably do this. I don't know a lot about that, but it's going to be world politics. And you can literally hear when you watch it on YouTube back, because you can hear the sound a little bit better, you literally hear me be like, come on, Kens. And then when we get up to battle, I'm like, hey, bestie, because genuinely he was my best friend on the show. So it was really nice to be up there with him, even though he did know a fair few more politicians than me. Yes, I did confuse Margaret Thatcher for Theresa May, but I got Rishi Sunak, David Cameron, Joe Biden. I got Theresa May and Margaret Thatcher. I just got them confused. So I was impressed, right, for having no time to really revise it and just going for it. I was happy with what I did, right? And Kenzie then beat me. He then battled tennis players, beat tennis players. So we gained a few more spots on the floor. And by the end of episode 5, Kenzie won the £5,000. So yay, Kenzie. I was so happy for him. And I actually got to watch him film the rest of that in the studio. So I was up on the sofa, was like, come on, Kenzie. Loved it. What I haven't been loving is the hate I've been receiving on Twitter or X, whatever you call it, right? Like, genuinely, people hate me. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And I think it's just because, you know, I'm this confident girl. Like, I get battled and I'm like going up there with a smile on my face, like game face on. Like, that's just the type of person I am. Like, I'm very competitive. I've competed in pageants for years. Like, I know how to put a game face on, right? Like, I'm a confident girl. Nothing's going to shake me. And I kept doing like my twinkly fingers, which you guys know I do all the time, but Twitter's hating on them. So shall I read you some of my favourite hate comments? Trigger warning, if you don't like the C word, I'm pretty sure I get called it a few times. So just cover your ears because people have been going in on me. Like, I don't know what I've done to deserve this, but people, it must just be, I need to go into my recently deleted because I deleted them all because I was making myself insecure by constantly reading them all over and over, but they're still in my recently deleted. So, first one, right? The floor, hashtag the floor. Juliet, for God's sake, stop it with the hands. It's so fucking annoying. And it's a picture of me like this. Okay, Rach XX9, sorry about it. Then social media John 1 says, still going home with 5k after naming a picture of Margaret Thatcher as Theresa May is the most shithousery thing I've seen on TV this year. And I just commented going, whoops, with a laughing face. I've been replying to every single hate comment as well, because I'm like, fuck it, if you can't beat him, join him. Like, literally, yeah, I don't know who Margaret Thatcher is. What are you going to do about it? I still won £5,000, so soz. Someone said, bye Felicia, can't stand Juliet. And they spelt my name wrong. So I replied, being like, it's Juliet like this. Like, he wrote Juliet. And I was like, it's Juliet, Juliette. Like, if you're going to come for me, at least spell my name right. And then someone, but this is my favourite one. All these contestants seem desperate to be famous. Her and Pink definitely does. And I replied being like, yeah, that's right. I'm literally here to be famous. I'll remember you when I am Jane. Like, shout out Jane when I win my first Podcaster of the Year award. Thanks, Jane, for helping me become more famous on Twitter, right? Shout out you. Glad the annoying woman in the pink is gone. That was from Val. I just said, that's just rude. Like, I'm not annoying. Maybe I am. I don't care. Whatever. I'm gone now, so you don't have to watch me on your TV anymore. Grumpy Goat said, only seen this Juliet for 2 seconds and I already know she's a massively unbearable, annoying cunt. Again, I think I just told him, that's just rude. Like, only seen her for 2 seconds. Like, literally, sorry for smiling and being excited to go battle on the floor. Someone said, well, this is Anthony, said, please knock her out or at least tie her hands together. What do you mean by that, Anthony? That's weird. And Surviving in the 20s says, yup, podcaster explains a lot. Knows fuck all outside of TikTok or Instagram. Ignorant, I think, is the word. Like, I'm not ignorant. I do just live in a little social media bubble, right? Sorry about that. Thank fuck for that. She's about as welcome as Throsh. Sorry, Terry from Accounts. He is the nastiest one. He also put, oh fuck. It's that irritating cow again. Terry from Accounts, like, really doesn't like me. But I'm okay with that, you know? Sorry about it, Terry. And then someone's like commenting for me on Instagram. They were my favourite Twitter ones that I screenshotted. Someone commented on my Instagram being like, she's the most annoying or irritating TV contestant ever. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And he replied to me this morning being like, and you know it as well. Like, what, I know I'm annoying? Yeah. Oh, and someone commented on one of my TikToks, like, your bird makes edits of herself, because obviously I had like clipped a few of the clips from the floor together, and I replied being like, yeah, and my girlfriend fucking loves it. Like, Lucy is my biggest supporter through all of this. She literally made a Twitter account just to go and respond to all of these hate comments, which, like, I don't even really know if I'm seeing it as like hate comments. Like, genuinely, I think they're just trolls living in their mum's basements, wanking into socks over like getting off on the fact of like just being nasty at people. Like, I genuinely think it must turn them on and they must get a kick out of it, because it's just weird as fuck. Like, I would never, like, even if I thought something was like so wrong, I would never take to Twitter or any social media for that matter and like come for someone, like, and come for like their personality and who they are. I think it was Terry from Accounts. He called me, he was like, that pig in pink is a massive con or something. And I was like, that pig in pink, like, not even far. Like, do you know what I mean? Don't be rude. But like, genuinely, it doesn't get to me. I think, like, come at me, do you know what I mean? You're giving me more TikTok comments, you're giving me more Twitter comments and likes and followers, and the podcast had like an incredible week last week thanks to new listeners and downloads, so keep it coming. But yeah, they're not hate comments, they're literally trolls, so whatever. But, well, I'm not going to say it's nice, right? Like, obviously it's a bit like, ugh, but it's not going to keep you up at night. So if you think you're achieving something by trolling me, you're really not. Like, I literally look at your comment, laugh at it, think of a funny reply, send my funny reply, and that's that, right? But yeah, I'm out of the floor now, so hopefully they can't say anything else about me. I'm surprised none of them found out the fact that my podcast was all about being a lesbian, because I thought, like, they're all going like, oh, podcasting, no. Like, wait till they find out, oh my God, a podcast about licking pussies. Like, that would send them over the edge. One of my other favourite comments to reply on my TikTok that I made, which was literally like the whole battle, like, can you name more footballers than me? And everyone's like, oh my God, how do you not know Ashley Cole and Thierry Henry? Like, fuck off, who knows who they are? Like, I'm a women's football girly. Up the lesbians, up the Katie McCabe, up the Lucy Bronze. Katie McCabe, if you're listening to this, don't fucking leave Arsenal, because that would really upset me. Thank you. What was my point? Oh yeah, when they're like, oh, why is loads of women in here, it should just be the men's, I'm replying being like, what a strange way to say you prefer men, with the rainbow emojis, because, like, clearly you hate women if you don't want to see women on there, so clearly you prefer men, which means you want to bumfuck them, so up to you. Oh my God, should I tell you what I watched for the first time ever? The Hangover. It's so funny. I feel like I've seen like bits of it before, but the other night it was on, my dad and Lucy were watching it, and I was like, fuck it, I'll watch it with them. Hilarious. Last night we watched The Hangover 2. Funniest part, when he's with the stripper and he's like, we both came at the same time, and he was like, how's that possible? And the stripper just pulled down the skirt and it had a big willy. And he was like, oh my God, I've been fucked up the arse. Like, genuinely 10 out of 10 film. Didn't like when the monkey got shot, did cry, didn't want the monkey to die. And I was a bit sad that they didn't like show us that the monkey was okay. Obviously, like, what's his name? Stu? Alan, like, rang the bell for the vets to come and get the monkey. But, like, I need to know that monkey's going to survive. Thank you. Please and thank you. Maybe in The Hangover 3 they're going to tell us that. Maybe I need to watch that. Please tell me if the monkey survives, because genuinely Lucy had to cover my eyes because I was getting a bit emotional, because it was just a really cute monkey, even though it was like smoking and dealing drugs. But still, like, animals can do no wrong in my opinion, right? Anyway, I feel like we're on a ramble now. Don't really think there's anything else to update you all on. There is still exciting things coming. Like this magazine I interviewed for is coming out soon, but I'm not going to tell you the name until it's out because it's a new business as well. So I want them to be able to do all the announcements and stuff, and then I can tell you all about it. Obviously, we have our croissant culture picture, so check them out. But yeah, big things coming, so just keep your eyes peeled. So without further ado, let's jump straight on into this week's episode. So this week's question of the week is, how quickly have you ever caught feelings for a girl? I feel like we're going to get lots of like straightaways and immediately. What's the quickest I've caught feelings? Like genuinely, I feel like I had feelings for Lucy like within... Genuinely on the first date, I was like, yeah, I could be with you for the rest of my life. I don't think there's anything wrong with that though. Like when you know, don't you? Like it just feels right. Obviously I've told you all the story before, so I'll not bore you again. But literally, we're going on this date. I'm like, free pizza, just broke up with Taylor after like 4 years. Like, let's crack on, like have a bit of fun. Go on the date with Lucy, and I was like, oh my God, this was the best date I've ever been on. Like, what the fuck? It wasn't meant to be this good. I wasn't meant to like fancy you. Well, obviously I was meant to fancy you, but I wasn't meant to like want to marry you, right? I was just meant to fancy you and think you were fit. And that was meant to be that. But it became a little bit more. Yay! I love her so much. She's literally the best. But yeah, so I guess it was the first date. Like literally I knew after that first date, and Lucy and I were talking about this the other night. We went on that first date and Lucy had said to me as she'd left, like, I'll text you when I get home. And she said, I must have texted like 15 minutes later being like, let me know when you get home safe, or I got home safe or something. And she was like, that was a big moment for me. Like when you text me first, like I knew that you were really interested because you've gone out of your way to send me that first text, if that makes sense. But genuinely, then we went on a second date. The second date turned into a sleepover, turned into lunch with my mum the next day, turned into Lucy coming to one of my Lesbian Lounge meetups and meeting all my friends. So it blossomed quite quickly, but I wouldn't have it any other way. So yeah, I'm going to say I caught feelings within a day. Let's see what you guys said. So we started texting on the 18th of December 2024. By the next night, I was already giggling and twirling my hair, etc. We've now been together for over a year and we're engaged and living together. I love that. That's the thing is, like, girls, they just know how to get you feeling some kind of way. Like, they know the right things to say. They know literally how to get you all giddy and, like, hair twirling, feet kicking, blushing. So I love that. Literally, 18th of December 2024, you texting. And now you've been living together over a year. You're engaged and you're living together. I am so here for that. Congratulations. Okay. Instantly. Fair. Like, you saw her, you were like, fuck it, yeah, I love you. I get it. Like, when you see someone genuinely, like, you just know sometimes, right? After a first date, I feel like after a first date is going to be a common one because it's like the initial attraction's there, but then you go on the date, you realise you've got like a really good emotional connection to each other, and then fuck it, I'm in love. Let's get married and buy a house together. Is it bad that I only get feelings if they buy me something expensive? I mean, that does help sometimes, like, not even necessarily something expensive, but like, even if someone like brought you flowers to the first date, brought you a bar of chocolate that you'd mentioned you'd liked, like, it does help you be like, oh my God, you listen to me, like, you understand what I like, you've heard me mention this, you've remembered that I've mentioned this, and then you've gone out of your way to buy it for me, so yes, I fancy you more. But yeah, fair enough, if they rock up on a date and they bring like, I don't know, they're not going to buy like a car on the first date, are they? Actually, we have had that on the podcast before, haven't we? Someone bought, or like they paid all their bills or something, wasn't it? Maybe they bought you like, I don't know, like a Cartier bracelet on the first date. Like, fuck it, who's not going to fall in love with that? But like, let's just hope they treat you good as well, right? We can't have good gifts without good people, but you can have good people who give good gifts. Came home last night and there were some roses in my room and I was like, what the heck are these? And Lucy was like, I bought them for you. I was like, why? And she was like, I don't need a reason to buy you flowers. I just saw them and thought of you and wanted to buy you them. And in that moment, my vagina got instantly wet. My heart just dropped. I was like, oh, I love her so much. Is that a bad saying my heart dropped? Maybe. I don't know, my heart just was like, oh, you know, when like you feel the love in your heart and it's like, oh, I love you. Like, I'm so lucky. I love her. Love you, Lucy. I know you're listening to this because you listen every week. You're my biggest fan. Actually, you might have to fight with Jill to see who my biggest fan is, because Jill's quite the fan of the pod, right? Like, Jill and Lucy, number one fans. Actually, Lucy, it wasn't your number one on Spotify Wrapped. It wasn't your most listened to podcast 2025. So, fuck you. A week after looking at someone for 3 seconds, wow. Literally, that is love at first sight. 3 months, that's a little bit longer, I think. Like, especially in lesbian terms. In a straight relationship, God, it probably takes men like 3 years to like be like fully into someone. But women, 3 months, I feel like that's on the longer side in lesbian relationships. For me, it's not about looks. So it can take me like a month or so to catch feelings. Yeah, fair enough. Like, if it's not about looks and it is about personality and really getting to know someone, then you need time to really get to know someone before you really have those feelings there. So that makes sense. A few days, a week, before I even meet the girl, before I even met the girl, before I even knew her name, I started getting mad feelings for a girl I'd never spoke to, and all the while she was feeling the same. It was fate. Oh, no way. So you hadn't met her, you didn't know her name. It's like maybe you'd like seen her out in a club, like seen her out somewhere. Can't be social media because surely your names are on there. Like, you've seen her out somewhere, you're thinking, oh my God, she's gorgeous. She's thinking, oh my God, she's gorgeous. You said something, you both are feeling the same. Now you're in love. I love that. 2 days of actually talking to the person a week after I'd first ever met them. Got you. So you'd met them like within a week, you'd seen them 2 days in, sorry. Did that make sense? No. We've got a week timeline. How many days are in a week? 7. So 5 days you've been chatting online. Then the next 2 days, you're meeting in person, or the next day you're meeting in person, and then, boom, you're in love. Cute. Obsessed. One girl called me a gentle woman when I picked up a pen for her, and I caught feelings instantly. Oh, obsessed. A gentle woman. What did I call Lucy? Oh, we were in the gym the other day, me and Lucy were, and she didn't carry my weights for me. And I was like, I'm going to get a gym boyfriend. And she was like, I'm your gym boyfriend. I was like, then carry my weights for me. They're heavy. They're like 6 kilograms. So she did. So she's my gym boyfriend. Thanks, baby. Instantly, one time I literally just saw a girl and immediately decided I was in love with her. Fair enough. Let's do one more. A few months maybe. Again, I feel like a few months. Like, it's giving on the longer side for lesbians. Like, I feel like most lesbians, well, especially by that response, it's like same day, or at least like same week latest, right? Like, I mean, I can see how you can have love at first sight. I can also see how it can take longer to form that connection where like you really understand each other and you're like, yeah, like we are compatible. It's not just, I don't just find you attractive, like I like who you are as a person and I want to continue to get to know you and be with you. Because there's a difference, isn't there? I guess there's a difference between just finding someone attractive than like fully catching feelings. Because you can find someone attractive, but they could be like an awful person who you then, yes, you're still attracted to them, but do you necessarily want to be with them? And yeah, I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? Because sometimes people's looks can sway you. Okay, shall we jump into some dilemmas? I think so. We've got some good ones today. So strap in, straps on. Let's jump into the Lesbian Lounge inbox. Hey, Juliet, I love your podcast and appreciate the open and accepting discussions about fetishes. How long should someone typically wait before bringing up a personal fetish or kink? Particularly if it's something less conventional. Oh, I'm intrigued to see what we're thinking. I feel like a foot is a very conventional, is that the word? Conventional. A foot is a very conventional fetish, I would think. What else? Kinks and fetishes, like being tied up, ice, feet. I feel like they're very like common, well spoke about fetishes. So let's see what you've got going on in there. For example, I would love to lick my girlfriend's armpits during sex, or ask her to spit in my mouth. We've only been dating for about 6 weeks, so I'm wondering if this is too soon to share these things. Would it make you seriously consider ending the relationship if you were dating someone who in the early stages, say within the first couple of months, acted on a kink and licked your armpit and asked for you to spit in their mouth? Thank you. Okay, I think you're in the perfect time to bring this up. Like, 6 weeks is a good time. Like, we've had the girls who 2 months in, they're like, oh, by the way, I'm on OnlyFans. By the way, I want an open relationship. By the way, I want to suck your toes. And it's like, the sooner you get it out of the way, one, the less you're going to be thinking about it, having it consume your mind, thinking like, oh my God, I really want to do this. But the longer you leave it, the harder it's going to be just to tell them, whereas you're still in that getting to know each other stage. So let her get to know you and let her get to know what you like. And what you like is, you want to lick her armpit. Do you want to spit in her mouth, or do you want her to spit in your mouth? Let me check. Ask for you to spit in their mouth. So yeah, you might want to do a bit of both. You might want to spit in her mouth. You might want her to spit in your mouth. Now, armpit licking, never something that's crossed my mind. But when I've listened to Saving Grace in the past, GK Barry's podcast, I've heard her say that her and Ella do dabble in the lick of an armpit. So it's definitely something that happens. So maybe find that episode and listen to it around the girl and be like, oh my God, I wonder what that would be like. Like, shall we try it? I feel like everyone is up for something at least once, as long as it's not something completely wild or something that they're just completely against, right? But I feel like if someone came to me, well, not any, Lucy came to me, no one else coming to me, right? And was like, I really want to lick your armpit during sex. I'd be like, okay, just go for it. Or I'd be like, just do it during sex. If it's really weird, we'll laugh it off. And if it's good, we'll continue to do that. And within these first 6 weeks, that is the prime time to explore these things before you're in too deep, and then this girl's going to feel trapped if she wants to get out because she doesn't like these kinks. But I don't think that's something that's going to put someone off. Like you're saying, would it put you off someone if in the early stages they acted on one of these kinks? For me, no. Some people potentially they might have a whole thing about getting their armpit licked, but I don't think that would then be relationship ending worthy. It might just be a conversation oh, if you wanted to try things like that, would you mind just running it past me before? I've got this weird thing with my armpits where I really feel quite vulnerable about them. I don't want them being licked. If you wouldn't mind not doing that again. It's an easy conversation. Yeah, you might be like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Fuck, why did I do that? But then just move on. Then in the future, be like, I was wondering if I could spit in your mouth, or I was wondering if you would spit in my mouth, or take the ballsy approach, be mid-sex and be spit in my fucking mouth, you bitch. If you think she'll take that well, step into your dominant era. Or you could just do it to her, be like, pfft. Be like, yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Drink my spit, babe. Do you know what I mean? Just go for it. And if she's if you will see if she's fuck, that was sexy. She just took full control. Or you will see if she's why the fuck have I got your saliva mixing with my saliva? No, thank you. You will be able to tell. But now is the prime time to bring it up. You're still getting to know each other. You've been dating 6 weeks. God, you probably don't even remember what our sister's called 6 weeks in. No, you probably would. But, there's things you still don't know about each other. So maybe you could be like, listen, I was thinking for tonight's date night, we could do a bit of a couple's quiz, to get to know it. Or are you in a couple yet? Are you dating? Yeah, she's your girlfriend. Brilliant. A couple's quiz. Me and Lucy have done one of these sex quizzes where you answer about your compatibility, and it's I would love to do this with my girlfriend, strongly agree, strongly disagree, and then in the middle, and I would love my girlfriend to do this for me. And then it kind of you see where one wants to be more dominant, one wants to be more submissive, where you sort of are the same on things. If someone's I strongly don't want this, then right? So you could go for that route, literally search sex quiz couples lesbians, right? Or you could literally just sit down and be listen, I've got something I want to say to you. I didn't want to leave this to months down the line when we're dating, but I really fancy your armpits and I want to lick them during sex. And she'll either be okay, yeah, whatever, go for it. Or she'll be oh, I don't think that's for me, but we could try it. We've got so many people who've written into this podcast. We've literally got someone willing to have a one-sided open relationship because that's what their girlfriend wants, right? So I'm sure if your girlfriend really loves you and is really, really willing to give things a go for you, she'll be willing to have an armpit lick at least once to see if she likes it and to satisfy you and your needs and your wants. So just tell her, like, you know, I've always, like, had this fantasy, this fetish, this kink with armpits, and I would love to lick your armpits. Like, I get it if that's not something you want to try, that's totally fine, but could we maybe give it a go? Or you take the other route where you just go for it and see her reaction. I guess you need to, like, be a good judge of character and see if you think she'd like an in the moment thing, or if she'd like a little bit of a heads up. But I think a lot of people, like, they need sometimes a bit of help, like, releasing their inner kinky side. Like, you know, sometimes once you've done one thing like that, she might completely step into her kinky era and start trying all new wild things with you. So definitely, before it hits, you're 6 weeks in, I'm going to give you a deadline. You've got until the 8-week mark, because that's then, like, 4, 8, 2 months? I can't do maths. 4 weeks in a month, you're 6 weeks in. So is that a month and a half? I don't know. You've got until week 8 of dating, however many months that is, I don't fucking know, to tell her. However it is you do it, tell her, do it, go for it, yeah? And genuinely, the worst thing that can happen, like worst case scenario, is she goes, oh my God, that's not for me, and breaks up with you. And that's almost, in a way, a good thing for you. If not, we don't want that to happen, but if that's not for her and she leaves you, good, because you don't want to be with someone who you're not going to be able to explore your kinks and fantasies with, because you're going to spend the rest of your life going, what if I was with someone else and they would let me lick their armpits and they spat in my mouth? So if you tell her and it's a bad reaction and she breaks up with you, brilliant, you can go and find someone who's going to let you lick your armpits and spit in their mouth. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think she's going to be really understanding, and she's going to be like, yeah, let's give it a go. I'm willing to do anything for you. I'm going to try it for you, babe. And we'll go from there. And she might fucking love it. Who knows? Then she'll be coming to you going, right, since you wanted to lick my armpit, I now want to lick your bum crack. I don't know. Do people lick bum cracks? Personally, I don't think that would be for me. But again, everyone likes what they like, and we're not here to judge. So you guys lick toes, bum cracks, vaginas is normal, right? Earlobes, wherever you want to lick, you lick, and you enjoy. Love you all. Moving on. I'm going to go home to Lucy tonight and go, babe, lift your arm up. I'm going to lick your armpits. After she's had a shower, of course. I'm not licking a sweaty armpit. Ew. Okay, this is wild. Are we all fully prepared for this? Hi, Juliet. My girlfriend has a tattoo of her ex's name in her pelvic area. I'm sorry, we just need to take a moment. Like, imagine you're going to go down on a girl for the first time and, like, right above their coochie is a name. And that name's not yours. It's the name of her ex. I don't know how to react in that situation. Let's carry on. It's not something I particularly enjoy seeing when I'm about to go down on her. Yeah, I can imagine. Like, imagine you're going down on someone and you're seeing, like, Shannon above your girlfriend's pum-pum, and as you're, like, licking her pussy, all you can think of is Shannon licking your girlfriend's pussy as well. Of course, I love her very much, so it's not a significant issue, but it does sometimes dampen the mood for me. Fair. I've never directly asked her to remove it or to cover it up. The closest I've come to subtly asking is if she's ever considered getting it removed. She told me that it was 3 years ago when she got it, when she was more carefree. Now, though, she would find it embarrassing to walk into a tattoo studio and have it lasered off. Okay, yeah, I see it from that side. Like, she's got to go back to the place who did the tattoo or go somewhere new and be like, hi, like, could I book in for, like, tattoo laser removal surgery? Is it surgery? I don't know, just tattoo removal. Like, oh, yeah, sure, like, where's the tattoo? Oh, it's, like, just above my vagina. Oh, yeah, of course, like, let's just have a little look. Oh, like, did Shannon break up with you? Did you break up with Shannon? Like, clearly that's why you're getting it removed. Like, I get it. That would probably be embarrassing. She's also pointed out that no one but me is ever going to see it anyway, so she doesn't feel the need to remove it. I get that, but then it's like, you do not want to be going down on your girlfriend for the rest of your life whilst her girlfriend's name is staring you in the face, watching you lick her pussy, right? We've been together for 14 months now. Do you think 14 months is long enough into the relationship for me to openly ask her to consider removing it, or would it be completely out of line to even ask? No, I don't think it's out of line at all to ask. what I think potentially, because she's saying like she'd probably be embarrassed to like go to the tattoo shop and get it removed, maybe you could offer to go with it. Like you could say, listen babe, like I know in the past we've spoken about like the tattoo, like she's going to know which one you're on about. It does make me a little bit uncomfortable every time I go down on you and I have to see that name and be reminded of your ex. Like, I'm not judging you whatsoever. Like, you made that choice to get it. That's cool. But I know in the past you'd said, like, you would potentially consider getting it removed, but you'd be too embarrassed to go to the tattoo shop to get it removed. So how about I come with you, we'll do it together and we'll make, like, a day out of it. But I feel like you can't get it removed in one session, can you? Like, it's probably going to take a while. And it's probably going to be painful, like loads of little lasers flying into your coochie. But I think offer to go with it. Now, we're just going to like deviate slightly off track. So when I was away with the floor, one of the boys was like, I want to come on the podcast. And I was like, well, if you can answer me a dilemma and give some good lesbian advice, then I'll consider it. So this was actually one of the dilemmas that I sent to Connor. Obviously, everything's anonymous, so nobody knows who it's about. So Connor's response to this was, a real trooper goes down regardless. Tattoos, rainforest, birds nesting, it shouldn't stop you. And to be fair, in a way I kind of relate, like, I mean, but you're doing that anyway, do you know what I mean? Like, you're going down on her no matter the tattoo, whether it's a bird's nest down there, the rainforest, whatever it is, you're still going down. And then one of the other guys jumped in and he was saying, have you put a ring on it yet? If so, if not, show your commitment to get some commitment returned. Which again, like, yeah, I kind of relate to, like, if you want her to remove the tattoo, maybe that's how we do it actually. Like, when you get ready to propose to her, you could say, listen, like, I'm thinking of proposing soon, but the only thing in the back of my mind is that I do not want to be engaged to someone who has their tattoo's ex's name tattooed on their vagina. So would it be something you'd be willing to remove? I'm more than happy to come with you. You know, I'll give you a bit of money towards the sessions to getting it done. And then, you know, if you do that, you might get a ring out of it. Maybe that's the route we go down. Yeah, I don't think you'd be wrong at all for, you know, sort of bringing up the conversations. You don't even necessarily have to just say, I need you to get the tattoo removed. Would you consider it? Like, you could just say, in the past, we've spoken about this. It is something that makes me slightly uncomfortable. Obviously, it doesn't stop me from enjoying sex with you and going down on you, but I think it would enhance our sex life if I didn't have to look at Shannon's name every time I ate you out. So saying that, why don't we go to that tattoo studio and we'll get it lasered off? I think that is the best case scenario. I don't think she can really take like offense to that and be like, how dare you like ask me to do that? Like, this is my body, it's my choice, I can do what I want. No one else sees it, only you, so get over it. Because there are probably some people out there who would not date someone who was having, like, they wouldn't date someone or go down on them if they had to read the ex's name tattooed there every time. Like, some people, for them, it would just be a big no-no. So I think the fact that you've been, like, so okay about it, because really you have been okay about it, like, you haven't made her feel uncomfortable for it, you've continued to be a trooper and go down regardless, like Connor said, you know, like, you've given it your all, you've gone for it, but it is something that's like in the back of your mind. So she can't have like a negative reaction, I don't think, to you saying like, well, it does make me feel a little bit uncomfortable. I think it's more than fair enough for you to have that conversation, see where she feels, like, see where she stands, because she also probably feels a bit uncomfortable and probably gets in her head every time you go down her, every time you slide the knickers off and she has to read Shannon's name. And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm getting eaten out by someone and my ex's name is literally tattooed right there. Like, she probably doesn't feel massively comfortable about the situation either. So I think the best case scenario would be that she just gets it removed. Or could she get it covered up? Could we just like cover it in loads of flowers? A little lady garden, you know? We could make it a lady garden, a little designer vagina with a tattoo. I don't know. There's plenty of options, but I think it's definitely not something to stress about. Like, I think it's going to be okay, however the situation works out. I think you guys can absolutely like come out the other side of this stronger. So thank you all so much for listening. I hope we all enjoyed. I know I did. Genuinely, filming this podcast brings me so much joy. I love it so much. You can give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok at the lesbianlounge.podcast if you've enjoyed. You can give us a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify. You can like, comment and subscribe on YouTube. What else can you do? You can answer our Survey Monkey, which is loads of questions which are used for the question of the week. So send your answers over, and you can send your dilemmas, your questions, and your stories over to our Google form, which will be linked in the description of this episode. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll speak to you all next Thursday for a brand new episode. Love you all so much. Bye.